Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mariah and I talk about books and bookish things on my channel. Today we are going to be doing the Nope Trope book tag, which my friend Jenna over at the Westveil Archives tagged me in. This was originally created by Zoe's All Booked, and if you would like to be tagged in any future videos, please leave a comment down below. If you have been tagged in previous videos, the only thing I ask is that if I tag you, you tag me in any videos that you've seen I haven't done yet. And if you also need a person to tag during book giveaways over on Instagram or on Twitter or here on YouTube, please leave that down below. Same rules apply. Just let me know so I can go over and check it out and so I can contribute. Today's drink is actually just coffee from, I think it's Folgers Rich Silk. I don't usually drink Folgers, but my coffee hasn't come in yet, and it's in my Banned Books mug that my parents got for me last year for my birthday. So thanks, Mom and Dad. If you hear any noise in the background that sounds like metallic clicking, that would be the rat. Her cage is remarkably near the camera and she's demanding attention currently. I'm gonna go try to distract her with a snack. Okay, now let's get started with the tag. So first things first, eavesdropping with miscommunication. Name a book you heard great things about and expected to love but ended up hating. The Magicians by Lev Grossman. I really expected to love this series. I heard great things about it, how it was like an adult magic school and there were really cool worlds involved, and it was a weird book. I didn't like the main character. I didn't like the dynamics between characters, was kind of weird for me. I could see why a lot of people liked it. It's just there are some things I just couldn't look past. So definitely The Magicians by Lev Grossman. Love Triangles. Name a series. You can't pick your favorite book. Oh, that's easy. Abra by Clive Barker. I have talked about this book so much on this channel at this point, but it really is one of my favorites. This is the second book, Days of Magic, Nights of War. The third book is Absolute Midnight. The fourth book, is Cries Rising, but it's not out yet. But there was recently an interview that said that it was coming out very soon. I'm very excited. So Abra tells the story of Candy Quackenbush, and she's from a small town in the Midwest, and one day she accidentally summons an ocean across the prairies that take her to the land of Abra, where there are hours for which every hour of the day has its own island and is represented in different colors and themes on the island, and it is always that time of day on the island. So 5 o'clock p.m. is always 5 o'clock p.m. 11 o'clock p.m. is always 11 o'clock p.m. and midnight is always midnight. She has to go up against the Lord of Midnight and his nefarious plans to bring about permanent darkness to the lands of Abra. This hat is so good. I am absolutely in love with the series and I will never stop talking about it, ever. Clive Barker has been very sick and he's had to work on other projects, so I understand, but please just release the 4th and 5th books. Please. I will buy them. So fast. Alright, next questions. Not like the other girls, or don't know I'm beautiful. Name a book that has a pretty cover, but it's boring as hell. Okay, for this one I'm choosing The Witches by Stacy Schiff. This has an absolutely stunning cover. I love it. It's about the Salem witch trials in the United States in 1692, 3. And how that all came about and the history behind it. It's a gorgeous cover. It's a very interesting topic. It's a topic that I'm particularly keen to learn about, considering we recently discovered that we had my family has ties to Salem during that time frame. And I would really, 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 really like to read this book. There are a lot of fun facts in it, but the way it's written is very dense and it's a very thick book. So I'm gonna go with that one. I will finish it one of these days. I swear, I'll finish it. All-consuming love. Name a book that gave your book hangover. Actually, I have a more recent one for this. I'm gonna have to pick The Only Good Indians by Stephen Graham Jones, which tells the story of 4 young Native men who do something in their past and it literally comes back to haunt them. And it's thought-provoking about poverty, about life on the reservations, about the cultural differences between the older generations and newer generations, the difference between, or the importance of maintaining heritage even through adversity, and how there's kind of hope at the end of a dark tunnel. Layla. And I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars, and I literally couldn't start anything else that night. I normally start a book, like as soon as I'm done with the book, within a few minutes I have another book chosen, and I had to wait till the very next morning. Actually, I had to wait till the next afternoon to pick a book. I couldn't. There was so much to process. It's short, but it packs a punch. I highly recommend you pick up this book. I had to wait for my copy to be delivered to my local bookstore, but I understand that there's a lot more copies out right now, so you should probably go pick up this copy. I've literally been promoting this book all over the place, so. The Only Good Indians by Stephen Graham Jones. 5 out of 5. You should definitely read it. Douchebag Boyfriend. Name a book that took you a while to get into, but you ended up loving it. So there are a few I could choose for this prompt. I'm going to go with Shadow of the Fox by Julie Kagawa, because this is the first book in a trend that ended up happening where I pick up a book and I would think, oh, I'm going to give this 2 or maybe 2.5 stars in the beginning, and I ended up giving it 4 stars at the end. Layla, you can't chew on that. It's metal. This tells the story of a half kitsune girl named Imiko. Kitsune is a Japanese fox shapeshifter. She becomes the guardian of part of the dragon scroll, which can then summon the great kami dragon, who will then grant a wish and completely reshape the world. And he can only be summoned every 1,000 years. This is a really interesting story. It involves a lot of Japanese folklore, its own voices, and it's fantastic. The beginning, it took me a lot, and I thought the characters were kind of dumb, and I really wasn't looking forward to finishing this book, but I was insistent, and then it started really picking up, and everything started coming together, and it was great, and I loved it. So this is my pick for a Douchebag Boyfriend. Tell us your favorite or least favorite trope. I really liked found family tropes. For instance, the Bone Houses kind of has a found family trope. Shadow of the Fox has a found family in it. A lot of the books that I keep on my TBR shelf from like people recommended me are found family. I really like found family tropes. I think there's something that, a reminder that family isn't always who you were born with, it can also be who you choose to be. And I'm 3,000 miles away from my family, so I have my found family here where I live, which just helps me make it through, and I think that's something that I really relate to in books, and I love seeing the different dynamics. So that wraps up this tag. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. What would your answers be for this? If you've already done the video, please leave that link down below. If you don't have a platform, just tell me what your answers would be. I'd really like to know. Shoutouts will be listed down below, and also down below, look down below for some great booktubers you should check out that are small and have less than 1,000 subscribers. I think that we should really support each other. And remember, read diversely. Very important if you want a good place to start. Mexican Gothic just came out, and that's highly anticipated on my TBR. And The Only Good Indians by Stephen Graham Jones. There's a great place to start. If you liked this, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to see more content, you can find me here on Thursdays and Sundays. You can find me on my blogs most weeks. This semester has been rough, but Mondays and Fridays, and you can find me on Twitter and IG almost every day. So there we go. All the best coffee, wine, and books to you. Cheers.